especially because I now have reached that point of the build where I'm going to do deconstructing and reconstruction of things because I changed my mind. Well, my friends, good news. The last bit of drywall has just been built, which is... Well, my friend, taking a shower with your suit on seems a little bit counterproductive, but I suppose that you are washing your suit. Let's go over here and see what this was all about. Let's connect that. Hello there, I'm the Biz Manager and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now, today we are going to continue construction of our retirement home. We are almost done, which is pretty nice. There is just a few things left to build, like a bunch of background. Now, luckily for us, Past Me has come up with a pretty cool machiney over here to collect automatically the interplanetary payloads. That's pretty neat if you ask me, which means that all the materials that we were missing should get into our storage area in no time. Of course that we are not delivering all the stuff over there. The Dupes will have to would have to walk so much into that corner that I just thought having those minerals over here would speed up the process. So this thing will speed up the availability of materials so that we can finish up this thing, which is pretty nice. Now, on the way back to our main planet, we have a transportation rocket. Let me see if they... Oh, beautiful. This rocket is already here, and by the looks of it, has been in here for a little while. And, well, I would like to upgrade this rocket to be able to carry 2 dupes. The reason for that is, this way we'll be able to send our colonization rocket and into the Frosty planet, which is one of our final objectives, getting this thing done. We are going to do more construction over here, so sending the colonization rocket is a must. However, only 2 dupes sometimes require a little bit of help, especially because I now want to implement that auto collection system over here. So yeah, we are going to need some extra hands on deck. And so if we just modify this rocket a little bit, given that the main purpose of this rocket right now at this moment is to collect iron from this planet and bring it back home, if we could transport another dupe over there, that would probably be pretty nice. So first we'll have to deconstruct that, and then we have another atmosuit dock right there. We deconstruct a couple of plastic ladders, build another ladder right there, and well, I think we'll have to part ways with the party line phone and just add another mass table right there. Pretty simple retrofit. Alright, so over here we are just going to do a small modification. We are going to add a filler gate so that these doors don't immediately open the second planetary launch, the planetary payloads arrive, because the space scanner stops scanning the moment the payloads get over here, right? And that means it opens the doors and then everything falls all over the place. Just as a testing matter, of course, we're going to add this filler gate just for like 1 or 2 seconds, just to keep those doors closed for a little bit longer. Now, we already have our exchange medium over here, and we are going to use the salt water, just like so, to keep the temperature over here in check. Right now we are going to increase the temperature a little bit, but over time we are going to balance the temperatures in here. Alright, so Dupes, finish up with this thing, please, so that you guys can focus on what truly matters, which is getting this thing up and rolling, so that we can focus on the Frosty planet. Well, some dupe pulled the stupid and dropped all of these interplanetary payloads right next to the satellite. That's less than ideal, given the huge amount of stuff that it is in there. Some dupe is going to get a little bit of a tingling sensation in their brain while they go get that, but well, that's not our problem. It's probably the problem of Bahi, given that she is the... here she is, she's already arrived. She's going to replace a rocket with this one, go back and pick up all of those interplanetary packets, because she's the one who probably dropped them in the first place. Well, Travaldo, let me tell you, I think you're doing it wrong. You are supposed to come over here during the day, not during the night. I know this is a recreation building, and so the dupes are going to use the recreation buildings available to them. I'm just saying, okay, from my point of view, Travaldo, you are doing it wrong, okay? But now there is a little bit of light coming through there, and Travaldo is going to get a little bit of a 10 going. Alright, and it's going to jump from 27 to 32 with a plus... Hello, where is the plus 5 for the thingy? It's probably that passively relaxed from the beach share. Dim light plus 5, bright light plus 8. Oh, the light is still going on. Okay, only now it's considered to be bright, so... Oh well. Alright, my friends, so our rocket over here has been almost fully upgraded. We already have the 2 Atmos suit docks, but as I was building this, I came to the realization that filling those docks with oxygen might be a little bit complicated. So, what we are going to do is we are going to fill those Atmos docks while they are docked in the planet. That is going to give them a good amount of oxygen, right? And, well, the remaining oxygen will have to be supplied by this tiny little thingy over here, which is not going to give them a lot, but, you know, given that these things can hold a good amount of oxygen, that means that this rocket is going to stay operational outside of the main base for a considerable amount of time. Bubbles and Travaldo, they are really eager about their retirement, my friends. I mean, can we blame them? We have been overworking them for so many cycles that, I mean, we can't really blame them that much, but it would be nice that you guys finished at least the construction of this thingy, especially because I now have reached that point of the build where I'm going to do deconstructing and reconstruction of things because I changed my mind on stuff. So instead of having 2 rooms, we are going to upgrade it to 3 rooms. We are going to move our hospital right here, and we might even deconstruct our mess hall over here, given that each dupe will have their own... Really? Bah, he got a sign. Okay. Given that each dupe is going to get their own room and living in the mess hall, I mean, it would be a waste to fill this space with that. We can put a boombox, create a disco over here for our dupes, give them variety on entertainment, you know. Alright, my friends, now, when it comes to the upgrade to our rocket, we are done, which is pretty nice. Every time that the rocket is on this platform, oxygen delivery towards the suits is not going to be a problem, because we know that sometimes this system runs low on oxygen and the dupes get trapped inside of the cockpit while they wait for the suit to recharge. That problem won't apply to this rocket, which is pretty nice. Now, we are not going to just, you know, start sending dupes just now, because, well, we still have a lot of work to do over on this planet. So for now, we're just going to utilize the rocket for its regular purpose of collecting materials. In fact, this time we're even going to go towards the Stinky Planet, collect ourselves a bunch of tungsten that we have laying around in here. We have, yeah, as you can see, plenty of tungsten and a lot of cleaning up to do. So, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful tungsten. Now, as you can see, every time I get a puff or a puff egg, I print them over here. However, over time, things have become a little bit populated, shall we say. So slime production is not really like a major concern. We just need a dupe to come over here from time to time and collect, pretty much clean the entire floor, because it's just... Can you imagine arriving at one place, like one outpost that you only visit every so often, and once you get there is just poop all over the floor, and your job is to clean all of that? I don't envy Minima over here. But well, my friends, while Mima is occupying himself with cleaning a bunch of poop, our dupes over here have started building the life support systems, shall we say. We are, like I said in the previous episode, we are going to filtrate the carbon dioxide. We are going to accumulate a little bit so that we can... I'm sorry, so that we can make a soda fountain. The dupes probably shouldn't know where the carbon dioxide comes from, but that's their problem, not ours. And then we are going to have our water cleaning system over here for the sewage as per usual. Power distribution system on the bottom, and well, we have all the power that we actually need to get this thing operational. And well, disregard this. This is just a... It is a surprise for when this thing is over. Oh, also, we are going to extend our cooling loop just a little bit so that the power transformers don't overheat, because they produce a fair amount of heat. So it's always a good idea, especially if you have them in such a enclosed location, to keep them refrigerated. Now, my friends, given that the building efforts are taking a little bit longer than I expected, I think I'm going to send this rocket back home and free the platform so that we can send the other rocket that we have upgraded all the way over here. Let me just double check that everything is fine. We can launch this rocket from here, and then over here what we do, we go into crew and we select one of our builder dupes. I think, let's see, Ran over here. I think that's a builder dupe. Let me just double check that. Hello Ran, where are you? Here you are. Yep, you are a builder dupe. So let's send another builder dupe with this team and help out in the construction of the vacation spot. That's not a retirement home, that's a vacation spot. Holiday center, shall we say. Let's just put a little bit more berry sludge in here before we go. Now, my friends, given that we are going to ask Ren to perform some hazardous work by going into space, I think it's justifiable to give him one vacillator recharge, and he got precisely what I wanted, the deep diver's lungs. Thank you so much, game. And hopefully the rocket has been resupplied and we can send the extra help into the gold planet. Hello there, so we heard you needed some help, and here we are to lend a helping hand and, you know, collect a few resources since we are already here. However, given that we only have 7 tons and I think most of my volcanoes are dormant, I'm going to cease resource collection for a little bit, at least in gold and aluminum, because we need those things to build. So let's go over here and stop delivering that. And now with Ran over here, who is a master builder, I'm pretty certain that we'll be able to finish this off in no time. Well, my friends, good news. The last bit of drywall has just been built, which is pretty nice. Those things were the most expensive and labor-intensive part of this thing. Now the remaining, like, pipes, automation and stuff like that should be done relatively quickly. I'm going to extend the cooling loop a little bit more so that it goes through our base to control the temperature. The oxygen is a little bit toasty, the one that we are getting over here, so it would not be a terrible idea to temperature control this thing so that our dupes don't, you know, get a heat stroke or something. Other than that, it's just delivering the oxygen towards the atmosuit docks and the gas vents. And I think that should be it. Oh, wait, we also need to put some water inside of the bathroom system. And yeah, after that, it should be it. 25 cycles in, my friends, and we are almost done. Finally. Even though it doesn't look like there has been a lot of progress, because, like, physically we can only see, like, the buildings and the dry tiles. Yeah, building the power grid and the cooling loop, sewage system, and the oxygen piping as well. Yeah, all of that takes a little bit of time. Luckily for us, past me left around a few presents, like this ginormous line, this ginormous temporary line that I never got to deconstruct, and I'm glad, because now I have a I almost have a full line built from past me to bring this clean water into our sewage system, which is going to be just fantastic, not having to build all of this. And we are also going to use it to probably fill up the cooling loop once again, because adding all of this will probably deplete the reserve that we have on the storage. But yeah, I would say that maybe 5 more cycles and we should be able to open up the hotel over here. One cycle later, my friends, and the internal work orders are complete, which is pretty nice, which means that we can now start oxygenating that place. I'm not going to do anything fancy, we just have the extension of the line that brings oxygen towards the rock. God damn it. 2 hours and 50 minutes. You came 10 minutes earlier this time, Crash. Oh well. We are back now. What did I do in the past? I don't know. I remember that I have done a few things over here in the industrial area, like select a couple of refined carbon thingies over here, and also built the automation for this thingy. Other than that, don't really remember. But in any case, let's oxygenate the base as we were going to do. But oh, come on, not again. Oh, thank God. Oof. Okay, so we reached that part of the game where we cannot look at the gas pipes and have the game running at the same time. Okay, good to know. Well, my friends, now we are adding the final ingredient, which is the water to the sewage system. We didn't need to add any additional water to the cooling loop. All that we had in the reservoir was enough to fill up the existing line, or in this case the expansion to the line, which is pretty nice. And now it's just a matter of bringing this water in here. We are not going to fill up this tank completely. I just want to make sure that I have enough... Oh, that thingy over there is not built. I just want to make sure that I have enough water inside of the line. All the buildings are filled up and we still have a little bit of water in the reservoir. As we all know, this is a water positive process, so over time this is going to fill up with more water than we need. So, well, my friend, taking a shower with your suit on seems a little bit counterproductive, but I suppose that you are washing your suit. Well, my friends, we are going to have a small delay to the opening of the hotel because I decided to just upgrade the oxygen... Please don't crash, thank you. Upgrade the oxygen distribution system a little bit. I just want to make sure that the oxygen is evenly split between delivering it into the suits and delivering it into the hotel itself. Although we already have breathable rooms, it's still, let's just say, not enough. Well, my friends, I think we can say that the hotel is officially open. Just finish up a few bits and bobs of... Okay, that was unnecessary, but okay. Just finishing up a few things here and there, like connecting the pipes to the proper places, like so, and like so. Cut off that pipe right there and cancel that upgrade over there. Deconstruct this because we no longer need it, and there we go. Beautiful. So now, my friends, given that the hotel is officially open, cancel that, let's go over here and see what this was all about. Let's connect that, and there we go, my friends. We now can have our sign lit up, letting our dupes know that the hotel is officially open, and if they require a holiday, a moment to rest and, you know, have some... moments of relaxation, they can come over here and, you know, just relax and enjoy themselves. But now that this is done, let's just clean up the remaining of the things, like there is still a few debris here and there that I would like to clean up before we leave. And yeah, after we are done with the cleanup, our dupes are going to return back home, both rockets are going to be resupplied, and then we are going to send them towards the Frosty planet. Oh well, my friends, I'm done with the cleaning effort. We have more important things to do, so the colony can now run itself from here on out. We still need to wait for this thing to pressurize a little bit more, and a few things to happen, but oh well. Whenever we feel like coming back for our very deserved retirement... Okay, you can go. For our for the Dupes' very deserved retirement, everything should be more than operational. In fact, everything is already operational. It's just that we still need to wait for the oxygen to spread a little bit more, to pressurize everything, blah blah blah, but in the end, you know, these things is habitable. Oh wow, it was so quick I didn't even notice. Our dupes are already back, and we are now on the process of resupplying this rocket. We have plenty of worn Atmos suits to pick up. Why are all the suits on the floor? Okay, we didn't see that. Okay, that's fine. Everybody please resupply the rocket. Now, my friends, do you know what we could really use on this colony? That's right, a automatic pickup system just like the one we have built for the other planet. Because I would love to send some coal over here, but there is no one to pick it up, so yeah. We are in a little bit of we have a small issue, but given that we have built pretty much everything out of thermium, nothing should break down, and you know, over time everything should be relatively okay, as long as we arrive in here fast enough to prevent like catastrophes from happening. I think we won't have any problems. Alright, my friends, after a full resupply, we resupplied water, food, suits, everything. This rocket is 100% ready to roll once again, which is pretty nice. So let's just put the pipes back in its previous configuration. Let's call in the crew and let's launch both of these rockets. They are both ready to roll. And yeah, the journey there takes a little while, but I'm pretty certain that our dupes will be able to arrive before the end of the episode. And with that done, I'm just going to wait until this packet is delivered to this planet, and then I'm going to change from the gold planet into the frosty planet, and we are going to start delivering a bunch of coal, because we are going to need it. And there we go, both rockets are away. Now, let's just wait a few cycles for them to arrive. Alright, my friends, our first dupes are arriving into the planet. Who is going to arrive first? The, oh wow, really? The red rocket. Apparently slightly faster than the petroleum rocket. Given that the petroleum rocket had a small head start, I find it impressive that they arrived first, but oh well. Please, my friends, let's start with this, and then we can move on into building this thing over here. Also very important so that we can start picking up the coal automatically and putting it into the system. And yeah, then we can proceed by trying to fix this thing, because right now the temperature is a little bit too high. We need to chill out the top part of the chamber. Alright, my friends, our automatic retrieval thingy is almost built. I just need to finish the power delivery to the beacon and mechanized airlocks. Something that should be done relatively soon. There we go, and the automation is already built, right? Oh, missing that bit over there. But yeah, I had to put the scanner over on this side. I had to deconstruct a couple of bunker tiles and build another bunker door. Because the space over here is just minuscule, right? Unfortunately, we won't be able to pick up the payloads from this tile. We will always be missing those payloads, but oh well. It is better than nothing. If we bombard the planet with a bunch of stuff, I'm pretty certain that most of it's going to land over here, so... And yeah, my friends, in order to temperature control this thingy, I extended the cooling loop all the way over here. And now this thing will also be temperature control, meaning it should never overheat. Now I can just come over here into the planet and start requesting a bunch of coal to be delivered. I think I just have to press it over there. Do we have coal over there? Yes, we do. So now we can start bombarding this planet indefinitely, and the machines will automatically pick up the stuff, put it in the rails and deliver it to the power plant, so that even if we don't have any dupes over here, we can deliver coal and keep everything running as it should. Alright, my friends, it's day 2. I almost got to record this one in one sitting. Almost. In any case, my friends, I've been monitoring our automatic recovery system for the payloads, and I noticed, I should probably have paused a little bit ago, that the space scanner thingy starts to intercept the ballistic thingies right here on this tile. I noticed that in the previous load and in this one. Now, the quote-unquote bad thing about this is that these packets, they come staggered, you know, the payload launcher right here. There it goes. It either fires 1 or 2 at a time, and that, you know, it still then needs to wait a little bit to be recharged, blah blah blah, and that often results in us having all of these tiles right here filled up with interplanetary payloads, and that can lead to the point where we sometimes have the mechanized airlocks closed for a long period of time, but truth be told, as long as they open once every so often, this thing can pick up all the interplanetary payloads really quickly. Yeah, even if it is only a couple of seconds that this thing is open, we can retrieve most of the stuff anyway. So I think it's working fine for now, with just that little note on the side where we can have a couple of periods where we don't collect stuff, because, you know, we have plenty on transit. In any case, my friends, now is just me playing waiting simulator on these dupes to get things done. I'm not going to start construction of anything just yet. I'm going to leave that for future me, where we are going to build a bunch of these thingies. Every time. Where we are going to build a bunch of these thingies, liquid appetizers, like, well, not a bunch, because these things are expensive on the power front. And we are going to need to build a bunch more coal power plants, but well, it is what it is, that's fine. I just want to have at least 2 of them, one on each side, to help out eating up the water. But as we can see, the water is starting to eat up quite significantly. It's just so that when these brine ice that we have over there... Holy Jesus, 50 tons of brine ice. And holy Jesus, that's so much. Imagine this, once that thing starts exploding, yeah, you can imagine the wave of cold that we are going to face, and having those appetizers over here is going to help out quite significantly. Now, my friends, as we are approaching the end of the episode, and given that you guys that are still watching the video at this point are probably my most loyal viewers, I would like to ask you some opinions, because, well, lately things have been... a little bit stagnant on the growth of the channel, and even though I've been trying my best to increase the quality of the videos by doing a few things like cinematics and whatnot, I would still like to hear your opinion when it comes to things where I can improve. You know, constructive criticism is always welcome, so if you have anything to say or to suggest, I'll be eager to hear. And who the hell just dropped a bunch of ice on the floor? Now, my friends, unfortunately we'll have to deconstruct these 2 security doors, otherwise I will never get rid of this damage overheat over here. I was wondering, what the hell am I getting destroyed now? No, it's just these 2 things that apparently are getting destroyed, but we cannot see. Okay, that's unfortunate. I kinda like them, but if the game is going to annoy me with them, I'm going to destroy them. Oh, beautiful water explosion right there, even though that volcano was not active. I always love to see that. I was actually paying my attention to this one, because this one is also about to go off, and it's going to be beautiful. And this is not going to be the eruption where we get it. Oh well, I'm going to be looking at it like a hunting dog, waiting for that beautiful moment where approximately 46 tons of water are just going to explode. Oh, beautiful, another water explosion, nice. Unfortunately, both stacks did not explode at the same time, however, water explosions are always beautiful. My friends, I just came to a very interesting realization. You see, we have a small problem. A space problem. We don't have any space to build additional power plants, because you see, my initial idea was to build something along these lines, right? But in here, come on game, please. The idea would be to build something like this, along these lines, right? And then I would put some water in here, put my coal power plants all the way over there, put some auto sweepers, blah blah blah. You see, that is impossible, because that would block the temporal tear. Right now the temporal tear is blocked, but that's because there is solar panels in the way. The idea is to deconstruct these two solar panels, open the temporal tear, rebuild the solar panels, and then everything should be back to business. If we build that power plant over there, we cannot deconstruct the power plant, and therefore we cannot use the temporal tear to finish the game. Yeah, and inside of the planet we run into the problem where we don't have any space. This is to block off because of rocket exhaust. It can get very toasty in here very quickly, and so I want to block everything off so that we don't get into any problems. And inside of the chamber is less than ideal because, well, not only the temperature is quite toasty, but we could build stuff out of steel. That would not be a problem. But the carbon dioxide, that's a problem. Like, there is already plenty of garbage inside of this chamber. I don't want to add carbon dioxide to the mix. That would be terrible. So yeah, I'm in a little bit of a problem. The only solution is to add the power plant inside of the chamber itself, made it out of steel. It's going to produce heat, and it's going to help in raising the temperature, but still, I would really like to avoid that, because the carbon dioxide will become an issue somewhere along the lines, and we are going to have to vent it. And right now all the carbon dioxide is gone, has been crushed due to the sheer pressure of the polluted oxygen. There is like this little bit over here. And yeah, given that the polluted oxygen sits on top of the steam, it would be pretty easy to get rid of using these gas pumps right there. If we have to remove carbon dioxide, the carbon dioxide sits below the steam, meaning we would have to pump it from below the chamber all the way to the top. I don't know, those are the advantages and disadvantages. I will have to think about them a little bit before I put my plan into fruition. And here we go with another water explosion. Beautiful, I always love these. So absolutely beautiful. I really hope that we get to see the brine ice explode all at the same time, because there is plenty of brine ice in similar temperatures where in one eruption it should all explode at the same time. I really hope that we are present to witness such event. Okay, my friends. The episode is almost over, but before we go, there is one thing that I would like to do. Like, in a few episodes ago, one of you suggested in the comment section that we put the ice on the line to spread the temperature. At first, I wasn't really thinking about it, doing it too much, because, well, we have one small issue. We have a temperature thingy over here, right? It reads temperature below 160, it ejects out of the chamber. Well, ice is below that temperature and it would be ejected from the chamber. However, we are going to build a small bypass on the line. We're going to build one of these. Where are you, bad boy? Solid filter. And we are going to build it right here, right? 1, 2, 3, and then we snip the line, and what we... Oh, that thing is backwards. Wait a second. I always do these kinds of things, right, my friends? In any case. Right, we then cut the line, put it going like this, exiting it like this, and then we eject the filter through here, and we bypass it all the way over here. Then, what we do, given that we have 1 billion tons of brine ice right here, we come into this thing, select liquefiables brine ice only, right? We are going to do one type of ice at a time, and we come into the filter and then we select brine ice, right? Once we move on to polluted ice, we then come over here, switch from brine to polluted ice, so on and so forth. That way we can keep the ice from being ejected from the chamber, and by having the ice circulating around here, we'll have two advantages. We are going to break those 40 plus tons of brine ice into small bits, because if you have a block of 40 tons, you have to heat up 40 tons, right, in one go. If you break it into small blocks of 20 kilograms, it's far easier because you spread the area of effect, right, of the temperature has over the ice, and therefore you can much quicker melt it. I think it makes sense, right? That thought makes sense. It was just this that was putting me off, but given that now we have a simple solution, let's put that suggestion into practice. And even though it says over there potential consume above whatever. We have to remember not all machines are working at the same time, so that's totally fine. Alright, filter built, we come over here, please game don't crash, I love you so much, thank you. There we go, sometimes we just need to be kind with the game, you see. Give it a few words of love. There we go, we can now cancel all of this, everything is connected, which means that we can come over here, select the brine ice from the... Oh, Jesus, the list is so huge. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I probably skipped it already, come on. Jesus, that took a little bit. There we go. So brine ice going into the line, which means that it's going to start melting pretty quickly, given that the high temperatures that we are experiencing inside of the chamber. Unfortunately, it's also going to chill out the water, but at this point in time, the water is pretty toasty, meaning it should be able to handle a little bit of cold being inputted into it, and given that brine is heavier than regular water, it should be absorbed by the pumps first, meaning that it will then be ejected on top of the volcanoes, where it's going to heat up, not causing us too many issues. But I'm going to keep my eye on the chamber and monitor the situation. And another water explosion, because those are always great and beautiful, and I love them so much. And there we go, as we can see, the brine is melting right there in that tile. As you can see, that the quantity of brine is increasing in those tiny little tiles over there. That's because the brine is melting, even though it looks like there is stuff in the rail. If we go over there, as you can see, sometimes it says nothing or empty, even though there is a package, quote unquote, but that's fine. Eventually the game update. Oh, another water explosion, Jesus, so many. Eventually the game will update the thingy, the package counter, as it gets to, for example, the conveyor bridge over here, and that empty packet disappears. Alright, using the thermo thingy, we can see it melt, okay? It's far easier because we can see the cold packets and they gone. They come to this point and gone, 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 and gone. There is a black hole over there that takes the packets away. But oh well, my friends, hopefully with all of these new implementations, this thing will start to speed up the process. We already have a few bits of steam being formed and maintained. The temperature is rising steadily, and now we just need to melt a huge amount of liquefables. Let's take a look at the list right here and see how much we still have to go through. 700 tons. At least it's not the 900 tons that we had to deal with at one point in time, so pretty nice. We are making some dents on that number, which is always pretty good, and we also have plans for the future. As we can see, we have a nice pool of water. We now need to make sure that we don't lose the temperature and freeze all of it. That would be terrible. So we need to build a power plant and a couple of tepidizers to keep this water afloat. But all of that is something for future me to do, because unfortunately, as we can see over there, this cycle is almost over. But oh well, my friends, with all of that said, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye.